Hello. Health and safety as a topic can be quite dry, and as a result, when delivered in a lecture format, can be quite difficult to pay attention to, whether you're a student or a member of staff. So it also limits the content when you deliver a lecture. You can't signpost students to specific information as easily. It also means that once it's delivered, even when you make a panopto of it or put the notes on Learning Central, students and staff have to keep going back and looking for it. So originally, Kay Jones came up with the idea of developing an e-learning package for health and safety with Bex Faraday and her team. And we've taken that on since then, and we've redefined it and developed it further and actually made it a little bit more interactive for students. So we make it very clear through the health and safety e-learning package what the objectives are and what the university and individual responsibilities are. We want to make it quite clear who people have to go available to. All of the key issues of health and safety that individuals who come into HCare need to know about are actually highlighted within our package. And from our perspective, it was a great mechanism of actually putting in our risk assessments and getting students and staff to tick that box to declare that they have read risk assessments, because you're never quite sure otherwise, and you have to have that audit trail of being able to identify that everybody has actually looked at the risk assessments that are pertinent to their programme. So that link works very, very nicely. We also have lots of resources on the resource button and links to the university responsibilities, for example, where we've got the health and safety and environment policy and the environmental sustainability strategy. So all of those policies are there for all staff and students to review. Once staff have reviewed the health and safety e-learning package, at their leisure, at their own pace, which is ideal for learning. People can choose to look at this on their tablets or their telephones. They can do it on their laptops, or they can do it at home. Anywhere, sit in the park and do it. You can do this package. And I think the benefit of that from the student perspective is you can work at your own pace. You can go back and review things that you're not sure of, and you can go back in at a later date when perhaps something happens and you're thinking, oh, I'm sure I'm supposed to do something in relation to an incident form when I've had a needle stick. Let's remind myself and go back to the package, and they can look and identify what they need to do. So it's all nice and clear and very suitable for students to use. So we've got you all clicking on the risk assessments and making sure that you've applied the risk assessments to your particular programme. We've got all of the interesting things on controlling of substances, hazards to health. And very clearly in there, we like to identify what your role is within health and safety, so everybody understands that as Department Safety Officer, I am no expert in health and safety. Everybody actually has a role within the policy, and it's very, very clear there. We all contribute to health and safety. We have now got built into this a quiz. So when you actually register on this course, you put your name, you put your student number or staff number and the date that you registered on it. And after you've worked through the course in your own time and reviewed things in your own time, you go back and you look at the quiz, and you answer the quiz, and you have to pass the quiz at 80% or more, and it's built in now by Bex and her team so that you do not get your certificate with your name and your student number and the date already printed on there until you've passed the quiz. So it's worth having a go a few times, going back and reviewing and revising, making sure you've got it right so that you then get that quiz out. From the perspective of the organisation, We're able to check that your risk assessments have been clicked and looked at. We're able also to verify for audit purposes the numbers of people, whether they're staff or students on each programme, have actually completed this programme of health and safety. Any programme manager or module lead, if health and safety is in that module as a mandatory requirement, you can actually ask Bex and her team for a printout of the number of students that have completed it within your programme, and she can give that information to you. So you can chase if you know students have been a little bit slow in completing health and safety, because it is so important to everything that we do every day here. I think this type of e-learning package has been a real bonus for us here at HCare. We've used it as a shining example to the health and safety teams at Cardiff University, and they are very impressed by this. I like the idea that students can go back into it as much as possible, but take rest breaks when it suits them and complete it when it suits them. The same goes for staff. I will actually highlight and prioritise the need for person teachers and programme managers and module leads to actually make sure that the certificate is present within the student's portfolio of evidence to make sure that it's been completed, and for line managers to make sure that staff have actually completed this update yearly and have their certificate, because it just makes sure that health and safety is everybody's responsibility. Because at the end of the day, if we all work together to keep our environment safe and to work in a safe manner, then we're only going to get the best out of the place. So I would like to just reinforce at the end that using this package is really, really valuable for students and staff. I would recommend that personal teachers check that students have completed this yearly and that they have their certificate within their portfolio. I would recommend that line managers check that staff have completed this yearly and it's in their portfolio, because at the end, health and safety is everybody's business, and this package allows everybody to access the information at a time that suits them. So it's a wonderful package. It's been developed by the team, and I hope that you all will enjoy completing it and use it when you need in the future when you have queries about health and safety. Thank you.